Hello everyone, welcome to ST Model Cars. In this video, I would like to show you this 1/18 scale Opel Astra GSI. This is made by Norev. Price point on this €60. I got this from Germany. It's €60, but then I paid €50 for shipping, but I get a bunch of cars in that shipment. So I would say, this probably, to be fair, I'll just call it €70 ship here to the US. This is the Astra, the F generation. So I guess, this was the official first generation of the Astra, right? I think right before this, they called this the Opel Kadett. And as a hot hatch, the GSI is never as popular as, like, say, the Volkswagen Golf GTI, but somehow I like it. I don't know what it is, but there's something about the Astra that I like. I'm never really exposed to the Astra. I only seen them briefly where I grew up in Indonesia. They launched this, I think it was 95 or 96 when they launched it there in Indonesia. And then not too long after that, I moved overseas. So I never really seen much of the Astra. But, I don't know. Somehow I like maybe just the simplicity of it and, just the clean lines. So I decided to get this Norev version, even though this is all sealed model. I mentioned this before in my other review that, I almost prefer the sealed model in diecast versus resin, just because for the main reason that you don't have that wavy, thin side window like you have in the resin cars, right? So the sealed diecast model, like, you have the side windows still being molded, so they have a nice curvature, and they don't produce like a weird shadows or weird reflections when you hold it against the light. Okay, so taking a closer look at this Astra, the front, right? You see the just a very simple reflector behind the headlight lens, and you have the lines here in the lens that help diffuse the light. So typical of the cars of the 90s, right? And you see the bolt behind the lens there. Okay, and you also see the bolt here on the clear turn signal, and you have the little opening here on the center grille underneath the Opel logo, right? And you have another opening here in the bottom, but none of this opening are through, right? So looking at the hood here, you have the two side vents, right? And you have the separate windshield wipers here at the bottom of the windshield. Okay, and you have this a green band, I guess, on the top of the windshield, very common of the 90s cars, and so it's nice that Norev replicates that. This car has a glass moonroof, right? And you have the antenna on the back of the roof. So here's the side view of the Opel Astra. Taking a closer look at the wheel detail here, pretty accurate wheels to the real car. And I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but you do see a brake rotor and the brake caliper behind the wheels. Same with the rear as well. Okay, let's take a look at underneath the car. So there's nothing much here. Right, there's really nothing much at all other than they painted the exhaust a separate color, and they give you a separate muffler with the exposed tailpipe here. Okay, again, even though this is a sealed model, the front wheel still steerable, which is kind of nice, instead of just mounting them on the solid axle. Norev still make them turn, so much appreciated there. Okay, let's take a closer look at the interior. So let me try to shine a light here. Again, this is a sealed car, so it's a bit hard to see the interior, but here it is. Right, it's pretty good detail actually. You see the stitching, that multicolor stitching on the seat, right, which is accurate to the real car. And you know, you also see the dashboard there. Okay, with the IP cluster, everything is printed there, and you see the center console here. Okay, and shifter, parking brake, and here's the back seat. And they also have that same upholstery detail, that multicolor stitching. So it's pretty neat detail actually. It's pretty good for a sealed diecast. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the back of the car here. The taillight detail is actually really nice on this. Let me see if we can focus the camera. Okay, so behind the lenses, right, so there's a red cluster here, and then there's the amber turn signal, and then there's a clear taillight. And on each one of this, you see the reflector details actually, right, and you see the bulb behind that. So that's pretty neat detail actually, really, by Norev. And you have the Opel logo here in the center, and you have the GSI emblem on the left, right? And then you have this 2 silver square here. These are supposedly the license plate light. And you also have the rear wiper here, you know, a separate wiper, right? So not just molded on the rear glass, which is nice. And you have the heating element for the defroster. So, okay, so let's try to take a look at the interior again from the driver's side. See if I can focus this a little better. And I'm so sorry. This is kind of hard to see, you know, with the reflection and with the car being sealed. So. Okay, and here's the driver's side view of the Opel Astra. Okay, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to post them in the comment section below. And much appreciated if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I hope you enjoyed the review of this Opel Astra GSI. I will see you in my next video, and thanks for watching.